Hey, Nation, welcome to the Cover 3 show. With my host at the top, representing Northern California, my redneck Jason, and the cute little baby Amara. And I'm Chris for Raiders. Today, we have a special guest, Morris, friend of the nation. How you doing, Morris?
I'm doing great. It's been probably a year since I've been on this show. OGs, no, real ones, no, though. Real ones remember. Real ones remember me talking how outside of what the Glen Park BART station at one point. That's the wild places I'll be on stream with Jason at. You know what I'm saying? And I've spoken with you a couple times before as well, Chris. So it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Glad to have you here, man. Thanks for coming in to help the Cover 3 show be Cover 3 because the other guys were running late. But anyway, so you guys see the background picture I created. Is that accurate?
Definitely so.
I don't think it's accurate enough. It needs to be like I need to see that bird eating him. Like it's like it's not accurate enough. You know what I'm saying? But it was honestly. But
I didn't want YouTube to shut us down because we're too violent. You know how they are. So
true. Yeah. Okay, fair.
Actually, I did one like that. Then I looked at it. I can't put that up because we might get off the show. And I deleted it, but I should have kept it. Anyway, so we can make the picture bigger so we can see each other. There we go. All right. So today's topic is any topic. I don't care, Morris. If you want to start with a topic, you want to go ahead and spill your guts, have at it.
Well, I haven't been like peeping y'all's show. I know I always mess with just even the conversation, the vibes, man. But how we at least for I don't know, one good thing is we're finally starting to see, I don't know, with Chip Kelly on or whatever's been happening so late into the season, we're finally starting to see those third round offensive linemen, starting to get some snaps. Even Charles Grant got like 5 or 6 snaps in like a jumbo package. You know what I'm saying? Look pretty good. But like, how we feeling about Caleb Rogers finally getting some burn and, looking pretty good. Charles Grant as well, getting some burn, look good in like 6 snaps. I mean, it's 6 snaps, so who cares? But hey, that's all we've basically seen this season. So that's probably a good topic if you guys haven't really spoken about it much already.
That's the day after the game, so I didn't really get a chance to talk about it. I don't think Jason talked about it. I don't know. Did you talk about that, Jason? You on your shows?
I cursed about it in the presence of my own home, but as far as on the show, no, not yet.
I think we all did. Anyway, we say hello to the chat. See, Fuentes in the building. The real Dixon is here. Wesley's in the building. And we got Deacon Snyder. Excuse me. Guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in. Make sure you drop a like, hit the subscribe button and notifications. Help our algorithms out. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. It's about damn time they start putting the rookies in, second year guys in. Hey, what's up? My boy Ray Jeff. What's up? He about to start a show, I don't know, about an hour or so, Jeff. He about to do his own show in about an hour. So stay tuned for that. Or less. I don't know, 7:30, but he's about to start his own show. I said they should have started them way before this game. Give them some burn. But at least they are putting them in. No, Caleb Robbins had some reps. He played the whole game. He had some good reps and he had some bad reps. But I look at it like this. He's a rookie, so he's going to have some bad reps. Matter of fact, a lot of even veterans have bad reps against a defensive line like Philadelphia Eagles have. So,
yeah, I mean, it's in terms of Caleb Rogers, like, I mean, the bad reps, I mean, you just kind of expect it, right? You're a late third round pick, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I don't know. So far, he's looked better than a late third round pick, if we're going to be honest, you know what I'm saying? So, was it a Chip Kelly thing? Because the moment Chip Kelly's gone, boom, we started seeing Caleb Rogers. Was it other stuff as well? You know what I'm saying? But it's good that they're finally there. And I don't know, if you ask me, like, it's like between Dylan Parham and Caleb Rogers. Parham's been in the league for 4 years at this point or whatever. Like, Dylan Parham or Caleb Rogers, I don't know who's playing better. So I mean, good on Caleb Rogers for at least playing good, being competitive, having his snaps, getting some work in. He hasn't looked perfect, but I mean, it's the guys got to get some burn. They got to get some snaps. They got to have some film to really digest and sizzle and get in their stomach. And then when the off season comes, they can go back and look at that film these are the things I still need to work on, all that stuff. So yeah.
Well, I know
You
one
said it
person.
right too.
I know it's one person in the chat when you said Dylan Parham and it was better than Caleb Rogers. He's probably freaking out right now. Ain't that right, Jeff? If he's still here. But go. I'm sorry. Go. I didn't cut you. Just go ahead.
No worries. Yeah, it's good to see it. Someone said it earlier today that more, with them increasing the number of games and everything like that there should be a sprinkle of the rookies getting play in sometime in the season. You know what I'm saying? So when injuries and stuff like that do happen, they are ready instead of you doing it when it's too late. But they were saying some coaches kind of get fixated on trying to put what they feel is the best roster to get through, and it's they don't even think about the rookies. They don't even think about, because they've never been there. They've never been in that situation. But that's the best time to learn. I mean, this generation is a lot more far advanced than we were. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about smarts and stuff like that, but they're very fast with catching on to stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a different game now. You know what I'm saying? So it is good to see them get the play. And I just hope that they are good enough to where we have something where we don't have to draft this going into next year. But how do you know unless you play the guys? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so clutch for us. And we got a couple games to see it too. So we get a good little sample size.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's better to go ahead and get them play, see what you got, what you're working with. So that way, we might need another guard. They will anyway, eventually. But I'm saying they might need another guard. They might need another tackle. So that way they can go in the offseason, the free agency, and the draft to get those guys. So let them play, let them get their burn. Because if they ain't play none this year, they're going to do next year. Then you know what you have. Then you got to start all over again, evaluate, and go through all kind of stuff. So, yeah, I agree with that.
Also, what we think about, we've mostly spoken about, Caleb Rogers because he's gotten more burn. I think he played basically half the game, one of the games, and then full game this game. I think a full game even last game as well. But Charles Graham, this is the first time that we've seen him. I think he would take multiple snaps in a game, and from what I've seen, he looked pretty good. He was kind of pushing a really good player with the Eagles around a little bit. I always expected Charles Grant to take a little bit longer, right? Because he's coming from an FCS school, I think William and Mary. But yeah, so I kind of expected it to be okay, yeah, we're not just going to throw him out there and have him lose his confidence. But at this point, it's maybe weigh on Houston because they have that good of a D line, but otherwise, you got to get the brother some burn. You know what I'm saying? Put him in some jumbo packages, have him just block a tight end or something. You know what I'm saying? Just so we can play. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Caleb Charles Grant seems really good. I wouldn't mind this, investing in the draft for guard, all of it, all positions on the O line. We carried, I think, 10 people on the roster on the O line this year. like those 10 slots that we had in the O line, if I recall, at least 9, but maybe 10, because even that Will Campbell or whatever that guy, like we have the squad. Yeah, Will Putnam. There you go. Thank you. The squad has no qualms, just putting keeping a bunch of guys on the roster. You know what I'm saying, to learn and what have you. So yeah, I've been pleased with the little we've seen so far. Both of these late third round guys. Hopefully they can be the future. So
yeah, I think Rogers played 3 games ago. He played 17 snaps. Then the next game he played half. Then this one he played full. So that's good how they brought him. It's good how they brought him up. Okay, play 17. Then next week you play half of the snaps, total snaps, and then this week we're having a full game, which he still didn't get that many snaps because Raiders barely had the ball. But going back to Grant, I like what I saw. This is his first burn in a real live fire NFL game. He was pushing those guys around. You know, got some techniques to work on, got some things to work on, but like he's a rookie and he came from an FCS school. So, like you said, yeah, let him work, let him learn. You know, like Colton Miller, he's criminals hurt, but let him learn behind Colton Miller because he might be his replacement coming forward. So I'm glad to see him.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get some. They're going to get some good burn against Houston because Houston's got a good rush. So I mean, this would be a good test, and it's good that they're getting. You know, it's good that they're getting burned.
That no more defense in the NFL, so they will get a lot of work done. A lot of work.
yeah, I wouldn't mind, at least for Charles Grant, them being kind of chill with his snaps. You know what I'm saying? Next game, you know, like just being like, hey, we ain't just gonna let you die. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just gonna let you die. You know what I'm saying? Like you Giants, the Giants. Okay, let's warm you up with the Giants a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing crazy, just like I said, some jumbo packages type, and just 1 or 2 plays out there, just get your ass beat and boom. Okay, boom. Nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like what they say in the NFL, like you're not really truly ready until you like get tackled once. Like, okay, boom, get tackled, get your ass beat, boom. Okay, next game, then you good. Now the lights are off. But
yeah, I agree with that. You're gonna get some number 1 defense in the NFL. I'll give you a couple of snaps, maybe like you said, like the jumbo package, something like that, just to get your feet a little wet. But I don't want to put you out there because these guys they know you're a rookie. They're going to ramshack you. I don't want him to lose his confidence. Like I really can't block in the NFL. Just do him a couple of times out there. Nothing big.
Yeah.
What the? Okay. Yeah. So question.
Also, speaking of O-line, by the way, I mean, you were mentioning like obviously Colton Miller's potential replacement. Honestly, if a guy gonna get replaced, I mean, I like him. He still's got plenty of time to develop, but I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. The guy we drafted in the 3rd round last year. Look good as a rookie. What was that?
Glaze.
Yeah, DJ Glaze. DJ Glaze. Yeah, like homeboy just.
He took a step back.
I don't know. I don't know. First there, now Glaze. He's having a rough go of it, but maybe he's just lost his confidence or whatever. Worst case, we can always just he has a decent build for a guard. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he showed a lot of potential his rookie year, and now it's just it's like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should just throw Charles Grant in there. Maybe why not? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if anyone's going to replace anyone, or going to be replaced, it's probably going to be DJ Glaze. Maybe they'll move him to guard or something. But
I can see him playing guard because he's big enough to be a guard, But it depends on the coaching staff. We don't get the coaching staff in a minute, but I can see him playing guard. He good. He can. He's kind of big. Well, he is big, kind of to it. I can see him at guard. I don't think he has the footwork to work his offense in a passing area. He's a good run blocker, decent, but the passing, he's really not that good, especially against those speed rushers. They just ramshack him. Just going right around him. So put him at guard. Let him bully somebody. What you gonna say something, Amara?
Yeah, she was like, she can't wait to get to Minshew Rip his head off. She's far. Hey, isn't it crazy though? I'll say the end of the season is gonna be dramatic. Somehow, some way, it's not gonna be boring. Because before we kind of knew how the thing was going, but that's gonna be wild. Minshew versus Geno Smith for the last.
Well, hey, we don't even know if it's going to be. Who knows? Maybe Gino gets hurt again. Maybe Gino gets hurt again. Whatever. Kenny Pickett. I mean, I don't know. It's like shit, at this point, I might ride with Gino over him. At this point, and they might just have AOC. It's just a run back of last year. You might just be AOC versus versus guard dog. You know what I'm saying?
PLC up there and say, hey, little boy, how dare you take my job last year? I watch me whoop your ass.
4 touchdowns, one rushing. You know what I'm saying? Like AOC really shows them.
Wouldn't that be like the most Raider thing ever? Like for just randomly AOC, it's just like, okay, we're just putting him out there. Who knows? Let's just see who we got in our roster. He throws for like 5 tutties, five tutties. Hey, somehow rushes one in. You know what I'm saying? Like, just it's like, oh damn, we don't. It's Fernando Mendoza. Who? Goddamn.
Hey, you know how mad Raider Nation would be that not that he won, you know what I'm saying, but that the whole time that we were watching 7 throw interceptions, that we could have had this guy, you know what I mean? So it'd be crazy. But it'd be fun to see. Like the thing with Mahomes, like I see nobody.
Okay, well, before you start Mahomes, wait, I'm going to cut you off. I'm sorry about that. I do apologize.
No,
I don't want to talk about Mahomes just yet, but I'm going to ask you guys. This weekend sucked for the Raiders. But I had a great football weekend. I absolutely loved it. You know why? Because KC got knocked out the motherfucking playoffs. I said, no, I knew it was going to lose. I feel we were going to lose. I said, but I was watching that San Diego KC game all through religiously. I was making sure that they didn't cheat for KC because I'm sure they probably would have. But when they lost at the end, I don't like to see anybody get hurt. Any guy, I don't care who they are. I don't like to see football players getting hurt because that's their job, But still, to see Mahomes go down and KC go down, man. If I had champagne, I'd have some Dom Perignon and bust that bottle open and boom. No more of that KC crap no more this year. Okay, I'm sorry, Jason. Go ahead. Got to say that.
No, hey, no. I'm glad you said that. Shout out to Chief too, man. I know he's probably going through it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and for Minshew to end it like that on just Minshew fashion, like they're like, okay, he's got a chance to drive him down the field. It's a pick. It was like, oh yeah, only Minshew.
Oh wait, I didn't even watch. I didn't even look at it. He threw a pick. He could have won the game, and he threw a pick.
Oh yeah,
he threw a pick.
Oh yeah.
They was driving. He threw a pick.
He still got it. He still got it. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, of course he did.
He's still reliable Minshew. Yeah.
Damn, it wasn't just the Raiders then, huh? It wasn't just us. He just like that. Just like that.
Yeah.
Proud day in Raider Nation, boys. Yeah. Well, we're not proud for our team, but we're proud that those guys are not in there. The Chokers are in there, and the other guys, Denver Broncos, are rated number 1 right now in the AFC, but whatever it is. I'm not worried about them. I'm just glad that I can hear the Kansas City Chiefs fans talking crap, and we're going to win our 5th, 6th Super Bowl. And yeah, whatever, man. You're going to win nothing this year.
Not this year. And neither will we. And,
neither will a couple teams. You're out of the playoffs just like us. Don't worry about the record. Don't worry about how good we're playing. You're out of the playoffs. We're out of the playoffs. Don't it is don't count nothing beyond that. Okay.
But they still can go Super Bowl. Yeah. They still can go. But they got to do the same thing we got to do, buy tickets.
Yeah. That part. Yeah. Yeah,
Mahomes might be a cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they have him as a cheerleader or like Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? Like they can be in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's right at Levi's. You know what I'm saying? Raider Nation.
Hey, I think Geno is a good move for them, man. I think Geno is a good move for KC. That's what they need over there. Like as Mahomes gets better, man, who's the perfect quarterback to throw in there, man? That's gonna get it done. Geno Smith.
Why would we
make that
give
happen.
KC our star quarterback?
Man, because they need it more than we do, you know.
You guys got quiet real quick.
Yeah. They're like, wait, who? Like, wait, what?
I appreciate you, Zach Raider. I appreciate you, brother. No, I'm just been around with him.
Sacktown is one of our. He comes in when we need him. He's always in our chats. He's one of the best. Sacktown Mike. He's my 2K brother, or for now, until he gets surgery. But he said, Morris, I'm not familiar with you. I like your knowledge of the Raiders.
Hey, man, I stay up to date, man. I stay up to date. I watch the games. A lot of fans are like tuning out and apathetic, and maybe I am a little bit, but I'm always watching games. I wasn't able to watch yesterday, but I even watched most of the replay and stuff. So I try and stay plugged in. I'm on Reddit. I'm on all this stuff. So, you know, I know what's going on. I know what everyone in Raider Nation be thinking, what we talking about. I pay attention to the games, man. It's you know, I got my Max Crosby jersey, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that. If you're an OG fan of Raider Nation, Jason, you would remember like the 3 to 4 hour streams me and him would have, but you know.
Yes, sir. Hey, with that being said too, bro, like, so everyone's kind of on the same page that we need to get, you know, it's about time that we take a chance for the quarterback. You know, some say lineman should be the first move, some say quarterback. But what do you feel? Like, do you think it's time to break this thing down and, you know, go with the rookie quarterback?
Well, there's someone below me that I haven't met yet. I don't think I've spoken to. Was it Chris or what is it? Chewy? Or is he still? Chewy. Maybe he's still working on his way in. But yeah, where I'm at with the draft and everything is, I mean, that's ultimately like whoever ends up being, you know, the coach and the GM, whether they run it back or not, like whoever's the coach and GM, like ultimately it's like what they want is what they should go for. They, you know, I know that, you know, Raider fans are, you know, they want to roll the dice. You know, they see a bunch of other teams rolling the dice at quarterbacks, and so that's what the fan base wants. But whatever the regime wants at the time is probably going to be what's best. If they want to trade back, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's like, okay, maybe the draft class for next year is better. You know what I'm saying? If they want to stick and pick and just go Mendoza, I mean, to me, subjectively, I mean, the two options are either like stick with just get Fernando Mendoza or trade back. I feel like just sticking and picking, like, you know, I don't even see anyone on, like, I feel like there's no one even on level of like an Abdul Carter or whatever, like in the draft. Like, I feel like the top of the draft, like beyond maybe Mendoza, and it's not like he's like a Burrow level prospect. It's not like he's a Trevor Lawrence level prospect. It's not like he's an Andrew Luck level prospect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can use your first overall pick on him to, you know, you can make an argument Cam Ward was a better prospect out of college than him, even though Cam Ward didn't win the Heisman. So it's really just what the regime wants. But in my opinion, it's either stick and pick your quarterback, or trade back and do whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, the regime needs to make the decisions for itself, regardless of how anxious us Raider fans are for a quarterback. Because you don't need a draft in the top 5 to get a quarterback. That's the thing we got to realize is you don't need to draft in top 5 to get a quarterback. We're going to play the Giants this year. They traded up to get Jackson Dart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Michael Penix, that was 8th overall. You know, Bo Nix, that was 12th overall. Like, JJ McCarthy starting to heat up. That was like, you know, like what, 11th or 10th overall. Like, you know, there are guys that you don't need to draft the guy in the top 5 to actually have your franchise starting quarterback. I mean, Lamar Jackson was the 32nd pick. You know what I'm saying? And that guy is lights out. I don't care what's been happening this season. Lamar Jackson is lights out. So, you know, I mean, it would emotionally feel good, but it's like the regime needs to make a decision and stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Like if Mendoza's the guy, then great, Mendoza's the guy. But if not, trade back and just keep on building.
Well,
Yeah.
if they do decide, if depending on where we fall, 1 or 2, because I don't see us winning any more games moving forward. I don't, because we got the Texans coming up. They have a mean defense, number one in the league, and they're fighting for their playoff lives. So they're not going to let this game slip away from them unless they get lucky. Unless the Raiders get lucky, which I don't see. They've been lucky all year. Then they got the Giants, who just playing out the season, and then they got the Chiefs, who just playing out the season. So this one game coming up that I know definitely the Raiders not going to win. I just know it because the Texans are fighting for their playoff life because they fighting with the Colts and the Jaguars in that division. So they got to win the rest of these games to maybe qualify for the playoffs. And they're looking pretty good the last few games. So if we're stuck at 2 or 1, they can pick Mendoza, but the rest of the draft got to be addressed to the line, O-line, some cornerbacks, some backfield D-backs, and maybe a couple of linebackers. And maybe layer, draft a running back if there's any out there, or UDFA. Because I still say need another running back. You know, I like Morset. I like him, but we need another 1-2 punch at running back. It is fine. We don't know how good he will be until we get that old line that we need to have. But it's like, get the quarterback if you want to, have him sit, or and get an old line. Have him sit for a few games. Don't put something right away in the first game of the season. If you want to wait to half the season, fine. But they got to get that old line fixed first. Mandatory.
Yep. How's everybody doing tonight?
Man, hanging tough.
Oh, Chewy, I can't see you. What's up, Chewy?
I know, man. I'm not even settled in, man.
So
But yeah, man, hey, I don't know who you are, man, but hey, nice to meet you, brother. I'm Chewy. Hell yeah, I heard you over there spin some game, bro. I like it. But yeah, dude, hey, like I said, I don't want us to win anymore, but I mean, when you're going 30 plus to 0, that's just a different kind of loss. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even a. And the thing is I keep saying this guy's over and over and over, and it's irritating as shit. But how in the fuck does this team look better with Antonio Pierce? And we go and get guys like Pete Carroll, and off the rip, we're supposed to be better. You know what I mean? Like it's. I know this team sucks, right? We've already seen it all year long. I'm not really expecting anything great. But when you go 30 plus to 0, it's like, what is there? Like, is there even anything there? You know what I mean? Then we're seeing guys like Max Crosby get frustrated, who are going to want to potentially leave the team just because, you know what I mean? Like, after a while, you got to get tired of losing, I think. Like, I would. If I was that good and I had the potential of Max Crosby and I had the motor of Max Crosby, I mean, why would you want to be on a team that's like, I mean, look at Micah Parsons, same kind of situation. On the Cowboys, they're on the downfall, gets traded to the Green Bay Packers, and now, look, he's on his way to the playoffs, So that's the only thing I'm worried about, man, is losing the guys that actually care about the team, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to end up losing Brock Bowers in the future just because he wants to win and this team can't get it together, you know what I mean? I don't want to lose Max Crosby just because this team really can't get it together.
yeah, Michael Parsons is headed to the IR.
Yeah, no, that sucks. Hey, and Patrick Mahomes, man, you know what I mean? Injuries are coming like fucking seasons, man.
Well, going back to your question, Chewy, why is AP team better than what it is now? Because AT had better coaches on his staff. No, minus Getsy and those guys. Other than that, he had a better line coach off of Basili. I forgot his name. He was coaching the line. He had the the father and son team's offensive coordinators. He had a better line coach than what we have now.
And the offensive line was actually better than what it was this year. You know what I mean? They went in there and like mixed everything up, dude, and we're mixing guys around, like moving JPJ and bringing in Forsyth, and you know what I mean? And they thought it was going to all work out, but it got worse than better.
And also, AP let Patrick Graham actually call the defensive plays because this defense right now has all fingerprints. Pete Carroll making those calls. To
Yeah,
me,
it's sorry, bro. Yeah, this team has really declined, and it's crazy. Like we got a guy like Pete Chip Kelly who can't even finish a full season. You know what I mean? Can't even finish a full year in the NFL. That's how bad this offense was.
well, that's all his fault. I don't think, but I'm not gonna go into that. But anyway,
Oh, Chip
so
Kelly.
so there's some news coming out, rumors, news. I don't know if it's even false or falsehood or is it true that they were working on having Pete Carroll step down, retirement or whatever you want to call it. You guys believe that?
Yeah, I actually heard that from a few sources. Go ahead, Morris. My bad, brother.
Yeah. By the way, so I don't know. Sometimes I skip them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a little it's hard to listen to. But Pete, the press conferences. All I'm gonna say, I heard that. Listen to Pete Carroll's press conference this most recent Monday. Like he doesn't sound like someone that wants to retire, and he kind of like is like, yeah, like I'd be down to yeah, this team obviously I didn't make the right evaluation. You know this team needs, we probably got to embrace a rebuild. Like, I'd be down. You know what I'm saying? He's too much of a competitor to just quit. That's the reading I got from the press conference. But I did also see the report from Mike Florio. I don't know, maybe it's someone just trying to talk something into existence. So I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
but isn't that what the first year is supposed to be, an evaluation year for a coach? To see kind of what you got on the team, like to see, what works, what doesn't. That's what the first year I feel is supposed to be. That's why I say I feel that's kind of dumb. I understand it hasn't gone good. I get it, but I mean, how many coaches, man? Like how many times? And like it's at
Yeah.
some point we got to keep somebody, and
The thing with Pete Carroll is
Preach.
the thing with Pete Carroll, bro, is like there's no. I just don't see no longevity with like how old he is. Not saying it's bad that you're old. Like obviously you got a lot of wisdom and you got a lot of experience in the league, right? Which could be a good thing. But then again, you can also be stuck in your past, bro, and not want to change your ways. And as we know, NFL is a completely different game. And I think that's Pete Carroll's problem is he's failing to see what it is now. I mean, like we're talking about Caleb Rogers. Why is he barely playing? And then we got a guy like Dante Thornton who's been starting since day one, And obviously Dante Thornton is, in my opinion, like a really bad receiver. And we seen Caleb Rogers go out there and he was a really good offensive lineman. So yeah, you know what I mean? Failing to see where the stars are at. And that's my problem with Pete is I like the track record he has. I like everything about him. Everything he did in Seattle with the Legion of Boom was great. But sometimes you gotta like hang the gloves up and you know what I mean? Retire as a winner.
If he retires, he's gonna retire a loser. But
Yeah.
I mean that's just keeping it a buck. But to be fair, the moment that Chip Kelly got fired, we started seeing Caleb Rogers on the field. I'm just saying, that probably Pete Carroll should have stepped in earlier anyways. But the moment Chip Kelly got fired, boom, we started seeing him split snaps with Antonio Mafia, and now he's playing full games. So I'm just observing, but
No,
yeah, that's a really good point too.
Bring back Gruden, and I'm done with the Gruden experiment. Need to bring in a young coach, man, with a young mind to kickstart these Raiders again. Because Pete Carroll, I like. He's a good motivator. He's a good guy, Mr. Old Grandpa sitting up there. But I don't know. Maybe football has passed him by in this new game. Maybe the things he did in Seattle don't work now because, like I said before on Jason's show Sunday morning, if you guys have watched it, I'm 61 years old. Once you get to a certain age, the things that work for your past life, you're not going to change it because you're going to say it worked before. Why should I change now? So we get stubborn in our ways. Not you guys. You guys are young. I'm smart. So we get stubborn. It worked before, so I'm not going to change it. And maybe that's what Pete Carroll's stuck now. He's stuck in that it worked in the past for Seattle. But yeah, you don't remember that. That was a different team, a different era. And the style of play was a lot different than it is now. Because he wants those, because he said about what Porter, he reminds me of Richard Sherman. Yeah, good, but we might not need a Richard Sherman now in these days of the way they're playing. Not saying Porter's bad, he'll get better, but you got to get off that ways of the past and move forward. Like see what teams are doing, how they're playing, how they're setting up, and then go from there.
Yeah. I think we were talking about what Pete likes as far as like big DBs and big, receivers and stuff like that. I think we should have just got the talent instead of trying to fit, like you said, pretty much fit in that old Pete scheme. Because it's like we passed up on a lot of people that we should have put on this team, and they could have helped this team a lot quicker than the guys that we picked. Like the only person that's really been used a lot and hasn't been used enough is Genty. Besh is just now kind of getting in the mix, and then everybody else is getting sprinkled in like a little bit. So, I mean, we can't have drafts like that. We have to have at least 4 impact players each draft out of these, out of all these picks. Because, I mean, if we keep going where we just hit on one, it doesn't do anything. And then by the time you get 4 or 5 good players, it's time for those players to be free agents. You know what I mean? It's already time for them to leave somewhere else.
Nah, that's facts. You got to hit on your picks. So I mean, I think I feel like for Dante, I mean, he's been like in and out. For Dante Thornton, he's been like in and out. So he played beginning of the year because he flashed, but it's kind of just been like kind of on and off. You know what I'm saying? He's a 4th round pick. You know what I'm saying? He's a 4th round pick. He's got to develop. He has all the tools in the world to succeed. Even Max Crosby was talking him up on his podcast. Also, by the way, Max Crosby's podcast, he doesn't sound like someone that he could ask for a trade, but you listen to his podcast, he still seems energized and ready to hustle and stuff. So if he wants to go to a winner, he can, but I don't think it's necessarily a given that he asks for a trade. But I guess the one thing I will say about like Pete Carroll, because I mean you got to do better or whatever. Like if you do keep him next year is kind of the do or die year. Is like Patrick Graham, a lot of us fans, 50-50 on Patrick Graham, but he's done all right when he was given the tools to his defense. But his first year as a defensive coordinator, it didn't look good. His defense really wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? So it's sometimes it's just like, okay, yeah, the first year you're going to take your lumps. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we barely have any talent at the cornerback position. And the one guy that we did have, Ja'Cory Bennett, sure, we traded, but also even if we didn't trade him, he'd probably be on our IR right now if we're just keeping it a buck anyways. So there's still a lot we have to build up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mostly with Jason. Like, if we hired a new head coach, it would be our 4th head coach in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? It would literally be our 4th head coach in 4 years, bro. Like at some point, you just gotta, like, in my opinion, you're gonna be able to. If we fired Pete Carroll next year, we would be able to hire whoever we would hire after him would be better than who we would hire this offseason, just off the basis of like, we'll say at least it's not total like discombobulation. You know what I'm saying? At least whoever we hire can at least gaslight themselves into believing they're not going to be fired the moment that they step into the building,
Well, it used to be the thing that usually the teams get the GM hires the coaches, but this is the second time in a row where we got the coach then the GM. So I don't know if Spytek and Pete's on the same page for the vision of this team, but we'll still soon see. I'm not saying fire Pete Carroll. I just said maybe it's time for them to step down or reinvent himself to get with the times. So maybe he's too far stuck here by his old Seattle team. Bringing in Geno and this and that, bringing some of his older players in like Forsythe, and who else he bring in? That safety. His name escapes me all the time.
Jamal Adams.
Yeah, Jamal Adams.
Yeah, he's great.
No, I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying that bringing his old players in, which most coaches do anyway. They do bring the players that they're coming with that ran the scheme. But still, I don't know. I'm on the fence with that. I don't think he should be fired because he's not a Hall of Fame coach to me. He's a great coach. He has good records. He's one of only two coaches that won NCAA championship and in a Super Bowl. So he's there. I don't want to see him go out like that. I'd rather see him, hey guys, maybe game passing, but I'm stepping down. Good. Step down like that. Instead of getting fired. Like we fired them and everybody we get. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Like I used to always say, like, I don't think he's not here for the long term. Like people that think he's here for the long term, that's not the goal. The goal was to get this franchise back in shape because it was just a shit show. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, by the end of his period, whoever the next coach is gonna be, whoever that is, at least they'll have some foundation because we had nothing going. And this is year one. Like he's still putting this thing together. Like we can't expect him to put a Super Bowl team in 1 year. Like especially with the same pieces that we had last year. You know what I'm saying? There was no changes to this line, but one person, Kappa, and then just little sprinkles here and there. You know what I'm saying? But like, let's see if next year this gets addressed because I can't see them going this second year with the line not addressed. Because I mean, if then I feel you, then somebody's got to go. Because you know what I'm saying? Like this line did not improve. They fired the special teams coach. They fired Chip Kelly. All this stuff, but the line never changed. So of course the results not going to change. You know what I'm saying? So that's why and it's year one, and we can't expect everything to be fixed in 1 year. If it was that easy, all these teams would do it. So I mean, he sacrificed fixing the line with getting a running back. It was supposed to be a damn good running back. We won't know until we fix this dang line. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I want to at least give him 2 years because it's like you got one bullet. Or never mind, I ain't even gonna say that. But you know what I'm saying? You got one shot to change some things. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my point. You got one shot to change some things. But you got 3 years. So I want to see what happens after. I just want to see, in fact, free agency. I want to see what happens in free agency. I swear, if we don't get a center, if we don't get a tackle, if we don't get a guard, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't care about wide receiver no more. Let's stay focused because then that's the thing. They dangle stuff in front of us, right? They dangle things. Oh, Joe Burrow, who's thinking about no. Stay focused. Pick your own. Pick your own Joe Burrow. God, stop taking everybody's leftovers. Like, you know what I mean? Whoever's unhappy there, they'll probably if they're unhappy there, what do you think they'll be after a couple years here? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. We need to get our own people in the building. Raiders, not other people's junk. Get people. That's why I like college. I say we just go college crazy. And then get people that are excited to be Raiders because they were drafted by the Raiders and they want to prove what they are and they want to prove what they can be. And we just need to start like that. Just generate our own players, our own Raiders. Generate our own Raiders.
I tell you what, we get Joe Burrow, that motherfucker be dead the first game he plays here.
Hell yeah. You think he get hurt over there?
He's going out the fire into hell. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's going to go on. He's going to get fed to the hyenas, boy. Yeah, that's a bad idea all the way around.
What's up, Marcus Banks?
Now, I heard some shit about Joe Burrow going to the 49ers, and I started thinking about that, and I'm like, hey, that makes a lot of sense.
Man, I live in that set, bro. I can't, bro. Seeing the Niners Burrow jerseys. Oh no, I don't want to. Please do not send him to the Niners, bro. Please,
Niners fans, dude.
Please, bro. I can't deal with that.
I feel your pain, man. My whole family are Niner fans, dude, and they're hoping they get Joe Burrow. They're already tired of Brock Purdy after they seen Mac Jones out there.
Well, I got news for you. I know one thing. I'll be a happy guy. You know why?
Oh yeah,
happy 49ers.
Happy wife, happy life.
He'll be happy. So I'll make me happy. Yeah,
that's right.
Anyway, where Burrows go is where he goes. He shouldn't come to the Raiders. If it had been like maybe a couple years ago when we was decent, maybe. If AP was here and the way we played last year, if it came during that time frame, maybe. But now, no. Why would you bring him? It's going to be worse off.
Why would he want to come here?
Exactly.
I mean, just keep it in the back. Why would he even want to come here? You know what I'm saying?
He had no choice because it'd be a trade. He's not a free agent, so he'd be a trade. So he had no choice. If he trade for him, he had no choice but to come here. But
He'll be broke.
I
He'll be
don't
broke,
want to trade somebody. I'm not gonna trade for somebody, spend all the capital, that capital and all the money. If he don't want to be here, why do that? No. Let's move on.
Mark Davis scares me in those kind of situations because, like, you know how the fans weren't, well, you know, people were showing up, but I mean, it wasn't like previous years. So, like, you know, they always do some kind of move to get the butts back in the seats. You know what I'm saying? They'll make some trade or something like that. That's why I like the Joe Burrow thing. I mean, Morris, you know, we've talked about Joe Burrow, you know, coming to this team
True.
for quite some time.
Yeah, you've talked about it for a minute now. You've talked about it for a minute.
Until you see them injuries popping up, you start changing your mind, man.
I like the quarterback that he is. I like that he's spunky, and you know what I'm saying. We need that in that quarterback position. We need somebody with some nuts. So like that's why it's just like you said, the contract and all that. We can't afford it, and just our luck. Joe Burrow had the worst season he's ever had in life.
We can afford it.
That's all we're going to Joe Burrow
because we
no line.
As of right now, we have 116 or close to 117 million dollars in money. Not counting the re-signs that we're probably not going to do. So we have the money, but then that's all we're going to spend on is a quarterback, not anything else. No, not worth it.
Yeah,
work on something else. Get your quarterback. You still got AOC there. And everybody say, well, she's not mobile. And so what? Once you build a line around him and get him a good running back, then maybe you see how he is. Because not every quarterback in the NFL is mobile. Not every quarterback is good like that. Nobody's like Lamar Jackson. Everybody's not like that. Dak Prescott's not mobile. He can't get out if he need to, but you don't see him run all the damn time. Unless he have to.
Dak Prescott is chilling behind us. If you watch Dak Prescott's tapes, bro, they at least one thing about the Cowboys, they built that online. He's chilling, bro. He can order Wingstop, bro. He's chilling, bro. He got it set, bro. Wingstop delivery, they take some time. Wingstop delivery, if you've ordered Wingstop, they take their time with that. Yeah. And Wingstop, by the time he's ready to throw, that Wingstop has arrived. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how long Prescott is chilling, bro.
He's already licking his fingers by the time he gets touched.
That's the point I'm making. That's not that he run because he run if he has to, but he's back there picking you apart. See, if Rares had a line like that, AOC will mesh well with this team. You know, he got Brock Powers, he got receivers, but they didn't build the lineup. So AOC's getting beat up like every other quarterback that was in our system.
AOC looked better than Geno Smith.
He said draft Mendoza. They want to, because if we finish at number 2, Giants don't need a quarterback. They're not gonna waste that number 1 pick, on a quarterback. They got a quarterback, so they're gonna do something else with it. So Mendoza will fall through our laps unless we do the Raiders thing and win a stupid, meaningless game like we always do.
Any given Sunday. To be fair, even if we somehow win 3 straight, like, it's going to be the Giants or the Titans picking first overall. So worst case, they'd be willing trade partners. Like, whoever the head coach is if they think if they think Mendoza is like the next whomever, Andrew Luck, whatever, like, the Titans and the Giants would be willing trade partners. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing. We wouldn't have to trade, 3 firsts, 3 seconds, 3 thirds. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would have had to get like Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams or whoever, even if we did somehow win games, like, if we wanted to get Mendoza, it would actually be realistic instead of like, what happened, what's happened some other years.
Here's the thing. If we win another game, we'll try to under either 6, 7, or 8 in that same slot again. So winning... I'm a Raider fan since '76. I want the Raiders to win every damn game forever. But of course, that's not, it could be possible. I doubt for the Raiders to do that. But to win these games don't mean nothing. What do you get when you win? You lose your draft capital. You lose your draft spot. Because if you're number 1, number 2, say they don't want Mendoza. Say they want to get somebody else. They got other teams down below us, like the Saints. Well, they got the shots. He's doing pretty good. But they got other teams that might want a player in this draft was the draft class this year don't look as good as it was a couple years ago. But or last year, or when they draft ball, or they draft ball.
That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
That was last year.
Last year was Cam Ward, then Jackson Dart. 2 years ago was whatever. Yeah, whatever. I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah. So it's not like that draft class. This draft class is kind of mediocre at best to me. They got a few good O-line, a few good linebackers coming out, then a couple of running backs, not too many. But you're going to have maybe a team like, we want that player because a team above us might get him. So then the Raiders have, well, we got number 2 pick. What you going to give us? You know? They could be in the ballpark. Because we don't know what Giants going to pick. I don't know what they're going to get. Because I said they got their quarterback. They don't need another one. I don't know what they might pick an old line guy or something like that for help. They got the running back if he can stay healthy. You know, they got receivers. So defense, they're doing pretty good because they got a Duke Carter there. So they're doing pretty good in most things. So they're not taking quarterback. The ball's in our court if we stick in number 2. Where somebody say, we really want that guy, but he's going to get picked. Give me something. Talk to me. Instead of having us beg all the time for a draft picks or moving up. Now we can be the big boys on a block for a change. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, we need that trade. We need that draft capital. Because like even if we do move a couple spots or whatever, but I mean, see, that's the thing. We need what we have earned with this losing season. Because like we need to get this quarterback. Because then that way we don't have to keep talking about this every year. Talking about, we need a quarterback. We can focus on other stuff. We can spread the talent out. We can help Max out. We can get this defense evened out. Because all we have right now, I mean, how many people you said? 22 free agents we got, or something like that? That's 21. Crazy. That's half the damn team.
Well, it's a 53-man roster, so yeah, pretty much.
Yes, man, like crazy. Because then, and then that's all. But that's why I say we just need to draft. We need to draft better. That's why we need to get one coach to last. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I feel like we did have some hit or miss, with this draft. But then last year's draft, we did pretty.
Telesco 8. When I heard we fired Telesco, I was messed up. I think you were there. You saw the wild stuff that I was saying, Jason. If you remember the wild stuff that I was saying when I heard we fired Telesco. To be fair, Spytech has, I relatively messed with Spytech too, so it's not the end of the world. But Telesco ate with that draft. He ate with that draft, if you ask me.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but we don't know what Spytech is going to do in this draft. This is his first time ever being a GM. So no, he's going through all the kinks and bugs of it all, and he came late because he didn't really have I don't think he had a good scouting report at all. I really don't, because he came in with the other regime's scouting team. So now he has his own scouting team. He got Brandon Hunt. He got a few other guys in there in the scouting team. So this draft might be a little be a little bit better, more like detailed, because he see what this team is like. Yeah, I know what we need. This ain't working for me. But as first year GM, yeah, hit or miss. Because we don't know the draft picks that he picked are hit or miss yet, because we only saw one player play the whole season. And that was Gentry. We didn't see Grant. We didn't see Thornton play, but he's not playing now due to injury or due to, one to two. We didn't see these draft picks really play.
His ass.
Well, I'm saying, though. We didn't see his top four draft picks play, but Gentry. That's it. Nobody else. Best barely saw. Now we're starting to see him, but before we didn't see him the whole season. A number 2 draft pick, supposed to be Jacoby Myers' replacement, but he wasn't even playing. And when Jacoby Myers was gone, he still wasn't playing. So we don't know what they're capable of yet. Second year, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, some of them are good. Talking Hemingway, I really like what he got going on.
Mm-hmm.
JJ Pegues too. He can move around on the line, so that was really good to see. You know what I mean? Genty, man, we just really gotta him to have any kind of success.
I agree with that. I agree with what True says right here. All our first 5 picks this year played good when we actually played them. Exactly. They out there, they look pretty good. They're rookies. They're gonna make mistakes, but they still look good out there compared to what we had.
The only one who didn't look good was Dante Thorne.
Yeah, I mean he's good in spots. He's good in spots, but he's developmental. Yeah, he's a 4th round pick that has all the physical attributes in the world. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to take his time. The fact that he even earned a starting spot earlier on was, good. I guess
it's crazy.
Good for him, right? But he's just got to take his time because he could probably be lights out given the tools that he has. 6'5", run a 4.3. You just gotta learn. He's definitely gotten enough reps this season to look back on the season and improve and grow. Now all the other rookies are. And also, by the way, shout out also even to Cody Lindenberg. If you pay attention to special teams, you're going to see that Lindenberg jersey as well. Cody, 7th round guy. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you watch the kickoffs, he's always in the mix as well. So now there are some guys, you know what I'm saying? There are definitely some guys from this most recent draft. We're actually finally starting to see them play. You know what I'm saying? Give them some burn.
I'm just really not too fond of Darian Porter. That's like he showed some shit those last couple of games, but I just like as just the all around tackler and being where he needs to be, bro. I get it. He's a rookie though, you know what I mean? You got to learn. It's his first year, but this year, man, he's had a in my opinion a rough start.
Well, everybody said Sandy about Jacorian Bennett's first year. He was getting toast. The second year, boy, did he improve.
Yeah, we lost that trade with Jacorian too.
I don't think we did.
Is he on IR? Is he on IR right now? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Did you see him? Did we see him against the Eagles? I don't remember seeing him.
I remember seeing him out there.
I'd see him that game.
D lineman, that D lineman we got.
Because we couldn't see him because the Raiders defense on the field most of the game, so we didn't really get a chance to see if he was out there. Anyway.
The thing about Darian Porter is he's a recently converted wide receiver. So, it maybe just is more of he just might have a little bit longer of a developmental period anyways. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think anything's egregious from him. You just gotta take your lump. Be a rook. You gotta take your lumps, and his history. Maybe he's got to take a few more lumps. Who knows? Yeah. I give all rookies 3 years.
Yeah, I'm just worried about the next coaching staff that comes in, and you know how that goes, man. New coaching staff comes in, they don't like these guys. I mean, it's just I'm tired of all the wasted fucking draft picks, man.
Biggest missing was drafting best in second instead of. Yeah, I want O-line better. That best, the second round pick best was what? Not saying he's a bad receiver, but second round, it could have waited. I don't think
if we played him more, it'd probably be different.
I would have got an O-line, but I guess they were happy with the O-line. Like I said, True, this wasn't Spytek's scouting team. He just came in late. They already had the scouting reports all lined up on the wall. So he had to go with that. Yeah. But he might be a valuable player coming up because I think it was not this game. Last game was 6, targeted 6, caught 6 for 50 or 60 yards. So he can catch the ball. It's like he's going to drop many balls. So he's a good safety net, you want to call that, or reliable receiver moving forward. As long as we get the quarterback and the offensive line to get the ball to him.
She agrees.
There we go. Raiders.
You're not gonna disagree with Uncle. Come on, man.
There we go.
Just around the corner. She's not gonna disagree.
That's right.
Technically, there is an argument to be made that we technically did draft Besh and O-line because we traded back, and the picks that we got from trading back were Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant. We only got those players by trading back, so you kind of have to view it as the whole package, because otherwise we would have just gotten a better player that was we would have been, an early second round pick. You know what I'm saying? It would have been early second round pick, so it would have been a premier player, basically a first round talent. You know what I'm saying? But we traded back, and Charles Grant, Caleb Rogers, they look an eye. I'm pleased with what I'm seeing so far. I wish Besh has flashed his higher ceiling, but he's still sharp. Like if you watch him, he's sharp, he's crisp, but he's not flashing like, okay, I'm a true wide receiver one. I wish we saw that, but he could be like a top tier wide receiver two and just get it done type guy. You know what I'm saying?
Best is like one of those third down guys, one of those guys that damn, it's third down and 7. He's one of the guys who get that 7 yard because he don't like getting tackled. If you notice that when they tackle him, he's still fighting. He's not going down easy. I like that. You know, he's like one of those guys. Like he's a receiver that plays like a tight end, and then we have a tight end that plays like a receiver. So we got that before us.
That's what Steve Smith said. That's what Steve Smith said. He said that he sees Jack Besh as a receiving tight end. That's literally what he said in the draft analysis. I literally looked dead ass. And Steve Smith, he know ball. He know ball.
He called him Baby Brock too. He was talking about he was like a big. He was like
Besh?
Yeah, he was saying Besh is kind of like a baby Brock. Because like he's gonna fight for every yard, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna block, he's gonna, do all the stuff.
He was tight end at LSU though.
He was. Yeah. He was a backup tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then he went to TCU, converted.
I like players like that. You know, it's like I said, it's third down and 7. He gets to 7 yards, but he ain't satisfied. I'm getting 5, 6 more yards now. You know, that's what we need. We don't have those guys. You know, in the past, we didn't have those guys that will fight for extra yards. I don't want to fight too hard to get hurt or fumble the ball, but at least he's fighting for extra yards. We used to have players back in the day where they didn't run out of bounds like you guys do now. They shit, I ain't run out of bounds. You're going to hit him and hit you back.
Exactly.
It's more of a business. It's more of a business now.
That's what that's what Jinty found out the hard way when he went up against a linebacker compared to a cornerback. So yeah, I got to pick my poison. I can't do that too much. Yeah, that's what you say. It was tight end LSU, so he knows that tight end mentality. We picked him at number 2. I thought it was early, but hell, we got him. He's there for 4 years.
Whether or not we like it, he's on our team. He's on our team. It is what it is. Late, early, it don't matter. He a Raider. We drafted him in the late second round. So.
I liked him because he played in that Senior Bowl, man. He got a winning touchdown. Now, when I watch the TCU games, man, he was a beast. And no lie, dropped 1 pass in a whole season? Who does that?
Yeah.
And he wasn't targeted like twice. He was targeted like, I don't know. I had to look at the stats again, but he had a lot of targets. It wasn't like he was just caught like 8 passes in the whole year. He caught multiple passes. So it's good to have him there. We know he can catch. Throw it on the hand, we don't know yet. You gotta see him grab the ball to here.
He just got to be a little more physical. I think he'd be all right. That's his downfall.
Yeah.
Get some meat on him, you know what I mean? Get him looking like Megatron or something. Like DK Metcalf or
Shit,
and get him medium routes too. You know what I'm saying? Like get him out there with the behind those linebackers. You know what I'm saying? He's a big receiver, so
he come out, man. I'll put some meat in them bones, man. I'll cook him some dinners, man. Some beans and rice and grits and all that good stuff. Some hog mogs and all fatten. I'll fatten him. I'll fatten him up, but I'll put some muscle on him. I want to knock on my door. All right, you said, all right, here.
A week or 2 in New Orleans, bro. He gonna be all right.
There you go.
I'm joking.
He should go to Josh Besh family's house. Like, you look at Jack Besh. He ain't no small boy. He's kind of big, so I mean he's thick. Should go spend the weekends with him. Work out. That's what he should do.
Yeah.
That's gonna be okay.
Yeah, we need some wide receiver help for sure.
I don't think that's a really big thing we need. Like that's not the top of the priority list. What's say you, Morris?
I mean, we just need like a true one. I mean, Brock is basically our true one, but like we actually imagine Brock with a true one. Like, like we saw that a little bit with Devontae with Brock, but it wasn't that. It was really just that Ravens game. Really was basically it. But that was nice. The way they was cooking off of each other. That was very beautiful. That Ravens game. So that's the only thing we're missing is just like a true one. You know what I'm saying? And like hopefully Besh exceeds my expectations and becomes that. But in terms of wide receiver, as long as we have a true one, because then you got like Trey Tucker, you got Michael Mayer, you got Dante Thornton, he coming along, like all that stuff. The wide receiver room all comes together. What if we get a true one? You know what I'm saying? But O-line is obviously a bit more pressing of a need. And even if we don't have that great wide receivers, if the O-line just block long enough, eventually they're going to be open.
What's the issue?
Yeah, off the rip, offensive lineman, and definitely got to get us a future quarterback, man.
No, what do you think we need more wide receivers? Though that was the question.
Like Morris said, we could definitely use number one.
Do we really want to spend a lot of money for one of these wide receivers in the offseason?
No, I just think they should draft some more wide receivers. We got Tucker as our number one wide receiver. Oh, am I know? Yeah, Tucker. Yeah, Tucker is our number one wide receiver.
You got something to say?
Oh yeah.
Hey, sorry, baby language is not my official language. So I wish I could say. You guys spend all kind of game out there, but it depends if what we're gonna do offensive coordinator next year. That's another topic we got to talk about. Everybody talking about the head coach. Everybody talking about this, but we got to see about offensive coordinator next year. I don't know if Greg Goles is going to be that guy. This is his third stint with the Raiders.
He's not that guy. Hey, Mike McDaniel, hey, they might fire him. That would be smooth if we could get him as our OC, or even Brian Dable. Even Brian Dable, I'm cool with Brian Dable, Mike McDaniel as our OC. We already know Brian Dable been fired, so that's already an option. So, and he knows how to coach offense. So, that's proven right there. So, I would not mind Brian Dable as OC next year.
You think the Ray Nish gonna want to make Daniels on this thing?
No, Mike McDonald. Mike, not John. I know the names. It's not the same. It's similar.
I know he is. I'm just saying. We got another
McDaniels. I like way Miss McDaniels. Yeah, man. Because we won more 2 games.
I say one thing, offensive coordinator, yeah, fine, but not
offensive coordinator. I'll take him all day.
Yeah,
coach, ugly. Yeah, and that's the most stupidest shit ever too. Like, we seen what he did in Denver, we grab him. We seen what Luke Getsy did in Chicago as an offensive coordinator, we grab him. And we expect it to work out. And then we go and get a guy like Gardner Minshew, hoping he could be our starting quarterback, just because the Colts had him looking like a fucking all-star.
Now, remember McDaniel said that it was a fumble, and Mark Davis loved that.
Probably. That was the interview. It was a fumble. Yeah, it was a fumble. You're hired.
That's the only question that they asked during the. That's the only question that they asked during the coaching interview. Was it a fumble? They just ask it over and over, and if you just like slip up and say something that's not an unequivocal yes, then boom, and just. Pete Carroll, he could just keep saying yes, just over and over. Antonio Pierce, he could just keep saying yes. Josh McDaniels, he could just keep saying yes, and boom, there we go.
No, yeah. We don't need a background.
You passed the test.
You don't need a background check. Just answer my question: was it a fumble or not? It was a fumble. You hired? Don't even check his background.
He said, "You get it, man. You get it."
One of us.
Yeah.
He was never one of us.
Never.
But anyway, so okay, so looking ahead, not Tennessee, Texans coming up. Do we have a chance?
Do we score points?
I think we score points.
I think we at least get a field goal out.
Yeah, bro. I think the team, after you get blown out, like you got to come out with a little bit of self-respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, after we got blown out against the Chiefs, didn't we almost fucking beat, excuse my French, didn't we almost beat the Jaguars? You know what I'm saying?
6. We scored 6. No, we got blew out by the Chiefs, and then we scored 6. And then this game, we
played the Jaguars. It was a close game. They won by.
It went to overtime.
Yeah.
Only time that we scored close to 6 was maybe you're thinking of the Colts game. Maybe you're thinking of the Colts game. Maybe I forget how much we scored then, but I believe it was the Jags was after. The Jags was after that. Yeah, I remember it was the Jags.
It was the Jags.
Yeah, we need a field goal kicker too.
Yeah. I was like, I keep that 68
all
yard.
kind of shit, bro. This is crazy.
Carlson might not be in it. He might not be cash money, bro.
I don't think he is anymore. Dude.
I don't think he's gonna be on the team next year.
Probably not.
But they do got to kick on the practice squad.
Dad, we need a quarterback. We need a kicker. We need a punter. We need a fucking offensive line. We need what the hell's going on here?
We need a whole team.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, see,
it's like a 92 Honda, bro. This motherfucker.
that's why we can't put time on this thing no more. Like we were saying, okay, this is gonna be it's we need too much. We need too much, and we only have so many draft picks, and until we show a record of that we can draft players right and that we can pick good free agents at the right time.
Yeah. Hey, you know what though, Jason? We have a lot of fucking draft picks this year coming up.
A lot of packs and a lot of capital too.
Yeah,
a lot of capital too.
We're $116 million as it stands right now.
So that'll draw a lot of coaches over here. You know what I mean? Like that's a potential fucking. You could build some shit up like that, and you're gonna have at least I think like the top 3 pick, and then you know what I mean in the first round. So if Mendoza's not there, potentially trade back. You know what I mean? Boom, then you're looking at about 13 draft picks and. I mean, goddamn, that's pretty damn good.
Well, he'll be there at 1.
He'll be there at 1. That's true. If we want, like I was saying, if we really wanted him, if we're not picking number 1, it's going to be the Giants or the Titans, and they would probably be willing to trade partners. So if whoever's our head coach or whatever, if they want Mendoza, he's there for the taking. You know what I'm saying? If worst case we trade up, and it wouldn't have to be no 3 firsts, 3 seconds, 3 thirds type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
So it's if they think for Mendoza's the guy, if they think he's the next Andrew Luck or whatever, then we're gonna get him. But it just depends on what they think, where we're picking, and I wouldn't mind trading back and just since we just like we said we have just so many holes: wide receiver, O line, quarterback. Hell, we've been talking about Darian Porter. Cornerback, quarterback, all that kicker, safety, all of it,
Yeah,
So
a real free safety.
We even need a placement holder for the field goal kicker.
So there's a draft order as it stands right now. It's already
water boy. Our guys look all thirsty.
Water boy. We might need to draft the water boy. 7th round.
Yeah.
7th round. Maybe use that 7th round pick on a water boy, bro.
So there's the order draft pick, right? So New York first, we're second.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, they don't need a quarterback. They got their boy. Browns, they'll probably draft a quarterback if they go past us. Jets,
how many
definitely
draft they want?
Jets would trade up. Jets, if we picking first overall, I'm trading back with the Jets. If I'm doing that, they a disaster transfer. This is what I want. I want their next year's for first because they a trash franchise. They somehow worse than the Raiders, if you ask me. Like if I'm gonna just keep it a buck, somehow, I want their next year's first. It's like you can get it. I want your next year's first, and then whichever the first that I want as well. And that's probably going to be first overall next year if I'm gonna just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? So. That's who I want. If we pick in first overall, I'm
smart too, because they are gonna have a low.
And just that stupid to do it too.
Yeah,
not calling a team stupid, but you know what I mean. They haven't been really good in draft picks either, drafting quarterbacks and stuff. So they've been pretty like us, can't get it right,
especially with quarterbacks. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Cleveland Browns, I don't know what they had 5, 6 quarterbacks last year. So I don't know what they're gonna do. They might want to draft a quarterback too. So they might be another trade candidate, and they're at 4, so that's a good spot. They might want to trade up to get a quarterback because I think it was last year Jacksonville that fleeced them in the draft last year on them trades. Like you got fleeced. What the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah, they need a wide receiver though, because Judy's not that guy.
Yeah, Judy ain't got it. They got tight ends though. They got some Harold Fannin.
They do.
And Joku even. Yeah. They got some tight ends, but they need a. I mean, the Browns, they're the Raiders of the Midwest.
There's another team that's a player in the act too, because they're going to move off Tua pretty soon. They're going to want to get a quarterback. They probably get one at 11, but if they want that top-notch quarterback like Mendoza, like everybody's talking like since the Heisman Trophy, when they probably go get him.
Yeah.
So they like that.
They don't like old boy from Texas. What's his name? Goodness, what's the one they
Manning?
got? No, they got old boy
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah,
they would have played if they liked him. They would. I mean, they drafted him like in the 7th round. Like,
right?
Yeah, they would lay it.
If he was that, they wouldn't have drafted him that low, and they would have played him by now. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, financially, even if they don't want to, financially, they just got to keep him. But yeah, they might. Who knows? There's a lot of these next few games going to be really interesting. That Raiders Giants matchup is the toilet bowl. Despite what the fans think, the teams are going to try to win. Despite what the fans might want, the teams are going to try to win. It's going to be really interesting. Whoever loses, you know what I'm saying, how that plans out, whatever happens with the draft, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, but we probably going to get whooped by the Texans, but who knows?
Yeah, any given Sunday, you just never know what happens about the bounce of the ball could go our way. There's no tuck rule. We might get that tuck rule in place. I don't know.
Refs might give us some makeup. They're just 20 holding penalties. If 20 holding penalties in a row, okay, we win by 3 points. We win by a late field goal.
Did you see how many times there was holding Max in that game? Like, Jesus Christ!
I did see that. Yeah,
man.
And then they made him change his cleats.
Yep. Watch this pod. He talks about that.
He sure did. I forgot about that. Like, dang.
They're gonna make him want to quit the whole. Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't leaving the Raiders. He leaving the NFL. He's like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let me join the Dodgers. I want to go to the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he's getting tired of Goodell, man. Because remember the whole thing, even with his face mask, they wanted him to change it for the whole sobriety mark, and
yeah,
they've been fucking with him.
They said it was illegal because he had that thing up on his lace. They'll take it off, but that's a sobriety picture. Yeah. Well, see.
So if Pete goes, does Gino go too? Like if Pete steps down?
Yep.
If Pete leaves, Brandon's going and Gino's going.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, probably, but for next year, I think most of it, he ain't getting paid a ton, but most of his money, I'm pretty sure, is guaranteed. Like, it's the years after this year that is not guaranteed, but there's 2 seasons in the future. Next season, he does have guaranteed money, but hell, I forget the Browns head coach. He just got rid of Russell Wilson. He was like, I'm gonna just take the hit. I'm gonna just wave his ass and we're just going to deal with the dead cap. It is what it is. So who knows? I mean, it's really just what the head coach wants. Maybe they're just like, whatever, Gino's a veteran, so we're going to draft a quarterback, and he, good or bad, he's just going to mention the quarterback until we think the quarterback's ready to get some burn. I mean, who knows? But if Pete's gone, Gino's probably gone one way or another.
Yeah.
Because that's
all depends who they bring in. You know what I mean? What coach they're going to bring in. If Pete Carroll decides to leave, if that happens, but Gino won't be here if Pete's not here. That's automatic. I'm trying to get something on the board. Wait a second. Where is it? You can go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Where is it?
Oh no, I was just gonna just say basically, are there coaches left? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to either be some kid coming out of college that just wants a head coaching job, because it's like nobody serious wants to come here because, like, we keep firing people after 1 year. It's just, I mean, I get it. It's not working, but it didn't work last year. It didn't work a year before. It didn't work the year before that. You know what I'm saying? So, but someone's got to build something, man. Someone's got to take, because people come here. It's just we don't let them finish anything out. Like if you're not selling tickets, they don't start firing people until people stop buying tickets, and then that's when they're like, okay, well, hey, something has to change because people aren't coming. So they'll fire whoever it is that the Raider Nation is screaming for their head the loudest, and then get people back in the seats. You know what I mean? That's what I say. We got to stop taking these band-aids. We got to build this team, man. Like from just a figure like it's from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like don't even consider what we have because that's what we do. We put too much stock in the players that we have because anywhere else these players wouldn't start. You know, Max, of course, would start anywhere else. Colton Miller would probably be on someone else's line. Brock Bowers for sure. But then, like, when you start getting beyond those type of players, then it's like, damn, you know, can we do without? Probably so. But, I mean, can we? No, because we don't have the talent on the team. So they just stick around. Like, hey, are you willing to play right guard? Yeah, sure. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to start here. But on another team, you'd be on practice squad somewhere, if that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. We got to stop with the settling. Like, we have to either get the prime player or just not at all. Because it's like you're just half-stepping. Because, like, you know, I get it. You got to fill out your roster. You got so many. But it seems like all we try to do is thrift shop. We try to get all these players for cheap after they're coming from another team where they're either injured and we get the discount player. And like, no, we need the true talent, like the true uninjured talent, not the one recovering from an ACL. You know what I'm saying? It used to be one of the fastest to do it. Now, you know, he's working himself back in. No, you need the people before they get injured. I mean, we can't predict when people get injured and all this kind of stuff, but let's not go shopping in the injured section. You know what I'm saying?
See, Jason, you make a valid point there. But see, one thing you got to fail to realize when they're free agents, do they want to come here? That's the thing. You know, you can say, well, we'll pay them, you know, this and that. But it might not be enough for them. Say, no, I'm not going to go here because I already go here and make more money. Because you got to remember, players' life cycles is not long. It's not like the 20-year working the business for 20, 25 years they retire with a go watch. These players' career can go down in an instant. It can go down in practice. So a lot of times they say, well, I got to take the best money and be in the best situation I can. Maybe coming here is not good for them. They just probably say, no, their contract is not guaranteed. You get 1 year and you're out. You know, they got to look after themselves. You got to remember that. So it's not like we go in bargain basement. It's important that can we actually get the players? Although we have money now, don't guarantee we're going to get the best player out that money. That's why the Raiders sign a lot of these guys to 1 year contracts because I said this might take first year, like I keep saying. We want to prove a deal. Let's see what we got. Then coming up, we have a lot of money. As Morris said, we have a lot of money in capital. You know, so now we can see exactly where we can spend our money on. Okay? We know we got to spend money on offensive line. Now we know. Now we know we got to spend on linebackers or whoever position we got to spend money on. So now they can see that. That's what I thought was good. Like, well, 1 year contracts, because a lot of them guys ain't going to be here. 21, 22 of them. I don't think less than half will be there. Be resigned. Anyway, I was going to bring this up. So the playoff picture stands as it is, right? You see Duncan's at number 1, Page number 2. But see, look at the Texans. They're in the playoffs today as it stands now.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go out and lose to the Raiders and get knocked out of the playoffs because they lose. They will be knocked out. They won't be eliminated, but they will be knocked out of the playoffs because they fight still with Jacksonville, 1 game behind Jacksonville. And then the Colts are right there behind 1 game behind them. So that's a really, 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 really good race.
Yeah. Is CJ back? CJ Stroud?
I think he's back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's back. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. Just another example why we need to draft a quarterback. We're getting whooped by all these rookie quarterbacks.
We could have had CJ Stroud too.
Yeah, McDowell said no.
To be fair, we did try to trade up that year, but we would have traded up for Bryce Young. That's the thing. You know, people always think, oh, this rookie could have been well. It's like, well, your team was going to trade up, but they might not have trade up for the quarterback that ends up panning out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Niners, they traded up. They traded up and got bailed out by drafted Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant. You know, Niners traded up and they should have been set behind, but they lucked out. You know, so
that was McDaniels. You said you wanted Bryce Young.
And he was the head coach. He was the head coach. You know, he was calling the shots.
Yeah, but his GM said no. Let's get a serious shot. I said no. I want Bryce Young. I said okay. All right.
Well, they brought in that GM to bring in that head coach. So
Bryce Young's in the playoffs as it
well,
stands.
No, he's not.
No,
he's still outside looking in.
But he's tied though. He's tied with the Bucks.
Oh,
he has 2 games against the Buccaneers. So basically, those 2 games are going to determine who makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like he could be in, he could be out. Like who knows? Like we'll see how Bryce Young's career goes. He's probably he's probably wasn't worth the first overall pick, but he could still be a good quarterback in the league. You know what I'm saying? But
they were the worst team last year, and now they're in the play close to the playoffs. So what that tell you? They are working on their team. They built it up. They got the players.
I think they're first in their division too.
No, they are.
It's tied. It's a tie.
Oh, tie.
No, the Bucks are right now as it stands.
Yeah, that was disappointing by the Bucks too. Lost to the Falcons.
Yeah, they melted down.
Yeah, that hurt them because they could easily lock that up just about, but they had. Now they got to fight for it.
Yeah, and I think Mike Evans got hurt again, right?
He was
he got hurt again. Damn, that brother about to retire, bro.
Yeah, he was banged up, so he should just call it I'm done.
Hang him up. You did your records. You got those records. You got the Jerry Rice record. You good, brother. You good.
Yeah,
you made your mark on the league. You established yourself. You know what I'm saying? You get to retire Hall of Famer. Like, you ain't got nothing to prove. You know what I'm saying? Loyal player as well, I believe. So
yeah, he's been on his whole career. So
shout out Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying?
The Bucks probably retire his numbers. So just go out like win. Go out, get in the playoffs. Go out either win the playoffs or lose playoffs. At least you go out as a winner. You don't try to come back the next year and get hurt to another team or whatever. But anyway, I wish we'd have had him.
Yeah, we could use us to Mike Evans. Goddamn. Maybe we can find one in the draft. Who knows?
Well, maybe he got one on the team right now, but he needs to, eat some more beans and grits, man. Get some weight on him.
That part. Yeah.
Oh yeah, at least speak on the free agent thing. I mean, I'm kind of bringing it back, but I mean that's always the one argument against embracing losing is one. If you embrace losing, you're probably going to lose your free agents, and you're going to have to majorly overpay, if not just not get free agents. If you do embrace losing, that's all I always think about. Losing is it's probably harder to get free agents, and it's harder to retain them. And if we get 4 wins versus 2 wins, could potentially be the difference between having to trade Max Crosby and not that kind of stuff. So, but who knows?
Yeah, but see, with that losing on something, that means you got to pay them more money to come here.
Yep. Either they won't come or you got to give them the bag.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the problem with that. Getting where we're playing, but they look like, well, I want to play with that team and ruin my resume up. Or, no, I'm not going to do that. So I was surprised we had Christian Wilkins, but I see why we got him and how we got him. I'll see what happened.
Because he wanted to play with Max Crosby. That's why, and he liked to, Antonio Pierce had that energy coming off of the interim. He had that energy, so.
I think it was in Vegas. He can get freaky in Vegas. So that's not.
Yeah. No questions asked.
Well, questions were asked this season. Questions started getting asked this season, and he ain't been on a team since.
Nope, that's not been on nobody's team.
Why does he want to study so close all the time? It's how come he never brings his tablet? He always wants to share mine.
Oh, that's another story. I don't talk about that. Oh man, yeah. Well, okay. Well, free agents. So, who do you want for free agents as far as an offensive lineman, or what? Who should we go after in the free agency market?
I say beef the offensive lineman up in the free agency, and like I said, man, for setting at 1, it makes sense to grab Mendoza, and even grab another offensive line in the second. But yeah, that's a major priority in my eyes, dude. Is we were not we got a guy in Genty, right? But we're not going to see any success with this guy until the offensive line is fixed. So I mean, just imagine how much better Brock could be. You know what I mean? Just imagine how much better a lot of these other guys can be. Because the offensive line doesn't just help the quarterback, man. It helps that whole offense out. So yeah, in my opinion, dude, if it was me going up there and doing this, I would definitely blow a heavy bag free agency, just attack offensive line. Obviously, there's stuff to work from though. Rogers is there, JPJ is there, Miller is there. So like, there's guys there that are already, in my eyes, pretty damn decent and serviceable. Just grab a couple more guys, work around them. You know what I mean? Get some more competitive guys in there. Um, but yeah, that's like my main priority. O line free agency, and go and get your guy in the draft for your quarterback. Build your future. We got fucking arguably the best tight end in the league. And while he's this young, we gotta get him while he's there. You know what I mean? We can't wait for another 5-6 years, and he's starting to break down, and then we want to get a quarterback. Get him a quarterback while he's still in his prime. Let him work.
Yeah, like you said, yeah. We don't want to break him down, but the thing is, after his contract expires, he might not want to stay. He might say, "I'm out of here."
Yeah, might want to win. You know what I mean?
Keep him here. Yeah, give him a quarterback, give him the ball. But when the line can't block, you got to keep tight ends back to help block, and that kind of hampers him and Mayers going out and making catches because they got to stay back to help the block on passing downs. So once we get off the line beefed up, we can make defense guess like shit. They can't run and they can't throw. So what do we do when you one dimensional defense is like spin the airbacks and just like they're gonna pass because they can't run. So we just wait for the pass.
Yeah, I posted in our private chat little thing. I think funny thing, I randomly had a similar conversation earlier with another friend of mine who's also a Raiders fan. But honestly, even though it wouldn't like help out a need or whatever, but honestly, bro, if we just went out and just threw Trey Hendrickson some money, bro, I wouldn't mind just making a move for Trey Hendrickson. He's gonna be a free agent. He's probably fed up with the Bengals, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes a lot of free agent class is like, sure, you might need certain specific positions, but it depends on the specific names and the guys that are available. You know what I'm saying? But Trey Hendrickson, I wouldn't mind us making a move for him. But in terms of best O-line, when Tyler Linderbaum, who's a center, if you want to keep JPJ at guard, that's like probably the best O-lineman that would be available is Tyler Linderbaum out of the Ravens. He's a center. So.
Yeah, I agree. We all agree. I agree on that. I know that. The point is, we leave the Ravens. We go to a team that not going to make playoffs or look that bad from a team that's almost in the playoffs. Or are they? No, they're not. They're outside looking in still. So, does he want to leave? No, I don't know. But if he do leave, they're going to have to pay that man some money. And I say, pay that man some money.
Yeah.
Listen, keep Brock Bowers at guard. Let Rogers cook, or get another tackle and put Glaze at guard somewhere on the other side. Do something, change it up, and keep that line through the whole season. Don't change it every other day. They change it in practice. They change it constantly in practice. Well, how can you get rhythm when you keep changing the line? Because a lot of times, I do show with Jeff. I asked him, like, when what the next guy or the next guy to your side, his tendencies, what he like to do, what he will go up and do. So that. But we keep changing guys. Like, is he going to take this linebacker blitzing or what? I don't know. So we keep changing it. They're never consistent.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know. Like I said, we won't know until this free agency period hits, because then we'll know. Raider Nation will know what direction we are headed in. Because, like you said, I'm with getting the center. Because if that is not on the first day, if we're not in the mix for him, or whoever the second, I'm sure he's not the only one. You know what I'm saying? But if I want to be number one on that list for that center. Because then from there, that sets the base for our line right there. Like, okay, and then now we can just plug in everything around that. Like, and I see the thing with Glaze, I was hoping he would work out, but I think he gave up 11 sacks or what it was.
Move him to guard, baby. Move him to guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Like, I say everybody should be competing for that guard position now, because that's the thing we got to secure. Because we got JPJ on one side, we just got to get the other person for the other side, and then like you said, lock them in. Stop having this this person this week and this. Get the best talent, man, and let them do their thing. Let them learn each other. Let them learn how to work around each other, and then just let's put this thing together.
Let's see. Hold on. Go ahead. I'm looking for a list of the free agents that we have. Because I think we had 21. I'm trying to figure out who would you keep? And who would you let go?
Oh, yeah, in terms of the ones that we got, you know what I'm saying? But who knows? Also, you got to factor in guys who might have to trade if they're just like, I'm done with this bum-ass franchise, you know what I'm saying? But
like defense, I would try to keep, as much talent that we, like Stokes. I like Stokes. Chin, I would keep just,
he on a 2-year deal. We keeping him. He on a 2-year deal.
Yeah, Chin stays.
Yeah, there's a few that I would keep, but then like offense, everybody can go. As far as
that's kind of a fact.
Everybody can go, huh?
Yeah, because I mean, it's like what are we doing?
Has a single offensive free agent worked out? Let me think. I mean, Alex Kappa, bomb. Tyler Lockett, I mean, he is what he is. If we don't want to just keep him as like a veteran dude, like I wouldn't mind, as long as we're not treating him like the number one receiver on the team. Like
Kappa has 2 years. Kappa has 2 years, not going nowhere.
Yeah, but his second year isn't guaranteed. We gonna probably waive his ass.
Okay.
We probably gonna waive his ass. Well, maybe.
It's on a 2-year contract.
It's a 2-year. It's a 2-year
contract.
Yeah,
so okay, guys, let me make that a little bigger. There's a free agency. I'm gonna go down a list right quick, and then either say keep or kick. All right, we're gonna play this game.
Yeah, I remember we were making the same. Weren't we having the same exact conversation last year? God damn, whatever. It's just the same. It's the same story every year. God damn.
Hey, and what's funny is that we didn't keep none of the people that we said we would keep. That we picked that. Are we keeping him? Oh yeah, for sure. Spillane. Oh yeah, we keeping him. And then they got rid of everybody.
Look what he's doing with the Patriots. Patriots like, why the hell Raiders let him go?
So this is free agent. I'm not worried about the money right now. So keep or kick. Jason, we'll go down the list. I'll be last. All right. Malcolm Coots.
Who else gonna be next to Crosby? He's still recovering from his injury.
Wait more. We're gonna play this kick and keep it. Then you can say anything.
So the thing would be if because Tyree Wilson I think is the other option. So it's like are we keeping one of them or we get rid of both of them? Damn. And see, we have to pay him now. So that's the thing. That'd be a big decision. So I'm gonna say just off right now, I'd kick. Kick with.
All right, Morris, your turn.
I say keep. We might be able to pay him less money this year because he really ain't been doing nothing. But it might just be a thing of just like he's just recovering from an injury, like like it was an Achilles or whatever, or ACL. Like it might just be a thing where he just needs to recover from his injury and he's good. Like I would roll the dice, pay him a little bit less and just hopefully he can return to that 2023 season or whatever, right? So I'm keep.
Chewy, you there? All right.
He muted.
He's muted. All right. Well, I'll say keep for the cheap. He's not getting $12 million. He's probably got like 6, maybe. Just have him there as a backup, unless we draft another defensive end. But I'll say keep on the cheap. He's not getting a big contract because he can do crap this year. All right. So I'm going to start off. Daniel Carson, kick. Literally kick.
Yeah, I'll see.
What's up, Morris?
Yeah, I was waiting for Jason, but yeah, I mean,
Oh well, we go up and down, then go back up, and back down.
oh, I saw. Oh, okay, I see a little snake kind of
Yeah,
type. We going snake on this, not just bow bow. We going snake on this. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world if we kept him, but like, I feel like we can do better now. It is either we got to have a conversation before keeping him, or I feel like I'm being too generous. I just move on.
Yeah, I'll say one word, kick. So
Yeah. Yeah, I say kick. Let's try something else.
all right. So Kenny Pickett, Jason is on you.
I'll actually keep because I think it's better than Cam Miller. I think, I would say, just yeah, I'll just say keep for now. We'll keep.
If I had to make a decision, I would probably lean kick. Just like hell, whatever. AOC got one more year. Cam Miller, he's still on contract. Geno Smith, who cares? Whatever. We're probably going to draft someone, even if it's not in the first round. Like, we ain't gonna have 4 quarterbacks, so or however many. So I would lean kick, but if whoever the head coach, likes what they saw in the 0-31 game, then okay, sure, keep him. But I'm on the kick.
I would keep for that price, since he's a better quarterback. Cheap. He's a better quarterback than Geno Smith to me. But when I've seen a few games he did play, he's a lot younger. So I would keep, and maybe $3 million. Like, that's what he was paid last year. So that's not a big chunk of our wallet. It's not like he's getting 15 or 20. He's getting 3. So I'll keep him cheap. And the AOC there too. And we can draft a quarterback, let Geno walk, because since he said they won't be here anyway, then that way the young quarterback can sit behind either AOC or Kenny Pickett. Cam Miller, I don't know what to do with him. I don't know. All right, so Eric Stokes next. I would keep him for veteran presence only. Keep.
I'm in keep because, like, if we kick him, we ain't got no one on as a quarterback, bro. Like, you kind of got it. Like, I don't know how long Kyle Blue Kelly's injury gonna take. Then you have Darian Porter and I guess Greedy Vance, but it's like you kind of got to keep him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we just keep it in the buck, it ain't like he played trash. He's been the starter all the way through. Like, so I'm leaning towards keep because we kind of just got one. I like what I've seen in 2. We kind of got no choice.
Yeah, I agree. He's a keeper, just for now, just so we have some type of DB, foundation. Yeah, he stayed healthy for the most part. Like, that was the thing. We were worried about him staying healthy, so he hung in there pretty good. I think he missed maybe two games, maybe this season, if that.
No, he missed like a couple of games, but he missed a major part. So I think Chewy had to bail out.
Oh, bye, Chewy.
Yeah. Eldon Roberts, Jason, that's on you.
Keeping, I like what he brings. We need that physicality. And I just like the type he throws his body around. We need that.
Yeah, I say keep. It ain't going to cost much to keep him. And, our linebacker core ain't been super great with, Landon Robert or Spillane gone. So we don't really got much of a choice.
Yeah, I'll keep him too because he's one thing is good run stopper. At least I know he's not good in coverage, but we can work on that later. So I'll keep him too. So 1, 2, 3, 4 keep so far, or 3.5. I think somebody wanted to kick somebody off. I forgot who it was. Hold on. Lion Johnson keep. No, I'm saying I'll keep. That was my time.
Keep.
Yeah, I would. I mean, probably wouldn't make much of a difference, but I feel like I like his energy. Just by so that way we just keep him. I like his energy. I like the tweet that he sent out. Put me in, coach, when he was like injured and stuff. Nah, but I mean, he is safety, and I ain't really heard his name. That's kind of a good thing for a safety. Like if he is safety and you ain't even really realize, you ain't even aware of him, that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, he ain't just getting cooked. He ain't just getting, what, barbecue chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at least there's that. But it's not like he's a difference maker either way. But sure, why not keep him?
Jason, keep or kick?
I would say keep, just around for like some depth, because like we have no free safeties, and we have to have somebody. And like he came back. I didn't think he was going to come back this year off that injury, but he came back. So yeah, I would keep him around for maybe some depth, because like for the price, you probably can't beat it.
All right, next on the list is Mozart. Jason, you take that one.
I would keep him a second year just to see, because I just believe the first year was just something funky was going on. Because I mean, we've seen him on some kick returns, we've seen him on some good, when he does get the ball, and I just think that would help Genty. And it should have been an even flow with him and Genty anyway. Like, remember we were talking about that. Do we want to overload? You want to give all the carries to Genty, or do we want to spread it out with Mostert? I feel like they should have spread it out, just made it 50-50. But yeah, I would keep just one more year.
Honestly, I was gonna say kick, but the more I think about it, it's like at worst case, he's a good punt returner, kick returner. You know what I'm saying? Like special teams, and also it's like, have I liked how he's played as an RB2? No, but would like anyone play good at RB2 behind our O line? Also no. So it's like I can't even really judge. I can't even really make that. I can't even really hate. You know what I'm saying? So the more I think about it, and it's like, we probably gonna just he ain't gonna cost more than $2 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, hey, at that price tag, why not?
Yeah, I would say keep him too, because he's a threat. Like I said, special teams, catch the ball in the backfield. He's still got his speed. He's older, but he's another veteran. So yeah, I'll keep him. Now, Dylan Parham, my turn. Kick. That's it. No.
Well, there we go. Honestly, based on how he plays, I don't even blame you for not explaining. I would say keep just for depth. Like I feel like Dylan Parham, he's a really good backup. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just flex, because he can play center. Honestly, I'm surprised that we haven't given him a look at center so far. I'm really surprised we haven't given him a look at center. Some people think he's a better center than he is a guard. You know what I'm saying? But on a cheap price tag, it's like, I wouldn't mind just keeping him as just depth, backup, and a guy to teach whoever rookies that we bring in for the O line. So I'm keep as a backup.
Yeah, I would kick. I feel you on the depth though. If anything, practice squad or something like that. You know what I mean? Like somewhere.
He's gonna be on someone's roster though. He's gonna be someone's roster.
Yeah, somebody, because I heard he's already got some interest out there, so that's crazy. They must not have watched any of our games, but yeah, I have no problem kicking him, because like I feel like he was the weak link on this roster before everybody else came in. You know what I mean? Before Forsyth and all these people came in, so I would definitely kick. I just feel like there's we can do better. We can do better out there.
All right. So this guy I really don't know about. So the
long snapper.
Yeah, I know, but long snappers. Jason, what do you?
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, to be honest, I have never even seen him. I haven't really paid attention to him too much to even. I guess I don't know. I know long snappers are kind of hard to kind of come across. I remember that's what happened. That's the whole thing that changed our franchise, and when we lost our good, what was it, Kondo? Who was our back in the day? Back in the day.
I think it was.
Yeah, that's where we started going downhill. No, but yeah, him I'm not too familiar with, so I mean, I'll just say I'll stand neutral, because I don't know really how good he is to what we do.
So now we have kick, keep, or undecided.
Oh, okay, it's undecided one.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, undecided is fair. I'll say keep just for stability. You know, I say keep because that'd be I don't know, maybe he worked well with that means he must work good with AJ Cole who cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like just keep it just for stability's sake. You know, because AJ Cole is elite. So
Yeah, I would say keep because if he can do Washington, do a lot of punting and stuff. You rarely see him snap the ball over his AJ Cole's head or have a bad snap. Even in bad weather, he snapped pretty good. So I would keep him. You know, the price tag ain't nothing. 1.3. Man, that would keep him long. Like I said, long snappers are hard to come by because long snappers has a very hard job. All right, Tyler Lockett and me, I would let him go because I would say we get some more receivers, some younger receivers. Tyler Lockett was brought in just to make Geno comfortable. So with hope, Geno's not gonna be there next year. Why is he still there? Depending on Geno, I would let him go. If Geno stays, then probably keep him because he's still cheap. For the receiver, because receiver is not that good. I would keep him just for that fact only. But if Geno goes and we get a whole new quarterback on the system, I want younger receivers.
For me, worst case he can be a veteran receiver, and we paying him the vet in. He's probably going to make less than $2 million next year, so I wouldn't mind, but it really doesn't matter either way. But why not? I don't know.
He's gonna go on the undecided, huh? Okay.
I between undecided and keep, between undecided and keep, that's where I'm at.
I'm over undecided kick, so it's like it depends. It depends on the maturation of if we get another quarterback or not. What say you, Jason?
I'm gonna say keep just for a vet receiver for now. You know what I mean? Just because he has experience, he has, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want him to be the go-to, but I would like him to be there just maybe in some third down, opportunities and stuff like that. But because kind of what we have, I think that would be, good compliment. Because if you look at what we got with Tucker, we got him, we got Thornton, Besh, we got a little mix of different, things that they all bring to the table, I guess. But it's I would just keep them, like I said, for that vet leadership, I guess, and just when they get into those situations, just how because he's a smaller receiver, so I'm pretty sure he has his little tricks to the trade of how he gets open and stuff like that he can share with those guys.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at something. I'm sorry, I didn't get the chat. Sorry, chat. You're up again. So who's the next guy? Would be Jamal Adams. That'd be on you.
I would keep. I like the fire. I think him and Max together. I think it could be a good thing. He can. I like the chemistry that they've had so far.
Yeah, I feel bad for our team too.
Yeah, I feel all of us do. All of us do. Which we are talking about the first overall pick for a very good reason, unfortunately.
Like you said, unless you draft a rookie quarterback. Yeah. Well, if we do draft a rookie quarterback, he'd be a good vet to have in place there to help the rookie quarterback because of that. Anyway, so Jamal Adams. I was talking about Tyler Lockett too. I didn't see his chat, but you said keep.
Jamal Adams. Yeah, Jason said keep. I'm gonna say keep too, just because probably wouldn't cost that much, and it's like I feel like he adds like a good wrinkle. Like he seemed like good in pass coverage. You know what I'm saying? He's a linebacker that's good in pass coverage, which honestly is kind of hard to find. If we just being honest, like linebackers like to get in the mix in the run, get in the box. Like a linebacker that's good in pass coverage, like that's not easy to find. So I feel like Patrick Graham, Pete Carroll, they could use him. So I say keep. That was a good find by Pete Carroll.
Yeah, especially in the blitz game too. Like he can definitely,
Yeah, I would keep Jamal Adams. He did pretty good. I know maybe they can get some kind of schemes for him to play. Because like I said, he can cover. He can hit the box. So he's a converted safety to a linebacker. So he's that hybrid. So I would keep him. And so next on the list is who? Stone Forsythe.
Bye.
That wasn't your turn, but okay, I agree with you.
Man.
All right. See ya. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Morris, you
Honestly,
saying-
I'm gonna keep. I wouldn't mind just like as a backup. Like if he's starting, like obviously I don't want him to start. Obviously he's not a starter, but it's like I mean honestly, if he was just playing like this and he was just a backup that was occasionally having to fill in, like we wouldn't mind this level of play. And honestly, when he first joined the team, he didn't and first had to cover for Colton Miller. He didn't even look that bad. But now the O line is just. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Undecided. I don't even know. Whatever.
Undecided keep, undecided kick.
Just undecided. I don't even know.
This is a total you, huh?
Yeah. Leave it to the. I'll let the GM cook. Let the GM cook. There we go.
Hey, Jason, he already said kick. So what about Devin White, Jason?
Well, that's crazy. See, with him and Max arguing, I feel like one of them is not going to be here next year, and I'm betting on Devin White not being, but hopefully they can work it out because I do like Devin White. I just feel like he's a step behind sometimes. But just I guess I would keep just for the, because the backers we don't have linebackers, so technically for now, I would keep. We're only gonna have one last name White on this team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, did you see that tweet that Adam Schefter put out about like, oh, comeback player of the year, Devin White? Like, okay, guys, let's pump the brakes. Devin White's missed some tackles. He's gotten some pretty bad penalties. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we paying him less than 1.2 milli. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna hate a guy based off of what we just paying him. Shout out to SpyTech for bringing it in, but like. Probably just keep unless the league just think, oh, he Devin White's back and he need a bag, in which case get rid of. But I say keep for the right price. I say keep for the right price. That's what I say.
Yeah, I say the same thing because he's a veteran linebacker, and our linebacker room is not the greatest linebacker room in the world. So he has some blown coverages. He has some bad tackles. He does play all right. Arguing Max is arguing Max. Fine. I want you to argue your team by making the right call. Take accountability because you messed the play up. So yeah, I'll keep him. Not gonna let that argument. Because remember, Max had a fight with that center we had, that Putin guys. He's still on the damn team. So, White, the next White.
Kick. It should have been kicked.
So we all agree. We all said at the same time.
I'll kick him right now. Where's he at?
You'll drive him. You'll drive him to his next team. You'll drive him.
Yeah, I'll give him an Uber. I'll give him a flight. Get out of here. All right, Sam Webb. So his boy says Sam Webb ain't going nowhere. And I agree with him because Sam Webb makes that team every year. I don't know how he does.
It doesn't matter what we say. He
always makes the team. So he can stay. I'll say he might as well stay. So he probably make team anyway next year. So he can stay.
I feel like Sam Webb, did he like not make the team and then we like brought him back? Like, I don't even know what happened.
That's what I thought.
I thought we got rid of him. I didn't even know he was on the team.
He was brought back, plays on the practice squad, then elevated, then back to practice. He's all over. Anyway, he wears a Raider helmet. That's all I can say about it. That's all I can say. He wears a Raider helmet, but more like he ain't going nowhere.
By the way, we skipped Darnay Holmes. I think we skipped Darnay Holmes.
Did we?
Well, you know why that is. He can go.
He can go.
Oh yeah, kick to undecided for me. I guess kick to undecided. Well, you don't want to extend Zamir White and then trade him, Jason. You don't want to extend and trade. You've been trying to put him in every trade package since the beginning of time.
Hey, I've tried to give him away with every trade.
Well, see that Devin White. I mean, not Devin White. Zamir White is like when you buy a hamburger and fries, you get a free Coke. So Zamir White's that free Coke.
It's like when the combo is cheaper than each item, right? It's like when the combo is if the combo with the soda is cheaper than than just the burger and the fry. If burger fry drink is cheaper than just the burger and fry. That's Zamir, right? Is the soda in that situation.
Will Smith did. We'll throw Zamir in there. All right, bring it on.
Yeah.
All right, so we just get our help. We all say kick. Said, well, we said probably gonna stay no matter what we say. Tristan McCollum. Now I didn't see too much of this guy, so I don't know. I'm undecided on that.
He a third-year guy. He young. We brought him off of waivers from the Eagles. So I just say, keep him and let him develop. I'm surprised though, because like I thought we picked him up off of waivers, so he would still be on his rookie contract. But maybe he was originally an undrafted guy. That's why he's technically a free agent. But he would be a restricted free agent. So worst case, we would be able to match, whatever offer. So whether or not we want to keep him, we probably like restricted free agents almost always stay with their teams.
And he was off Philly too, yeah. He was off Philly.
we picked him up. The Philly waived him, and we picked him up off of waivers.
Okay, because they're stacked at DB, so that could have been just overload.
Yep. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're done with the free agents. These are all restricted. Kai Blue Cat is restricted. We can let them go. Somebody match. We can let them walk. What do you say? I was impressed with Kai. He had 3 interceptions, but I still wasn't impressed. He got burnt a lot.
Yeah, and that was before the injury. You know what I'm saying? Like that was before the ACL or whatever it was. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll probably get worse coming in next year and the year after.
He's not even 25. That's the thing. That's what this. I didn't even know he was that young. He's not even 25. So that is the one thing that kind of is like, well, maybe let the brother develop. You know what I'm saying? He a restricted free agent. We ain't gonna have to pay much to keep him.
Nah, and unless somebody really want him that bad, they have to pay him more than we are. So, do you guys think Kai Blake can be a good safety? Possibly. He got good speed. It's just that it just gets burns a lot. Maybe it could be a good safety. We'll have to see if they can put him in that spot. Because sometimes some guys in the cornerback room it's not a good cornerback, but they move him to safety or free safety, they're a lot better. So maybe that's a good point. So basically right now, these guys are restricted free agent stuff, so it doesn't really matter. But Tom's Booger, Snowden, Jordan Meredith.
Can we put him back at guard? Like he played good as guard last year.
I agree.
He played good at the guard last year. This year it is what it is. Coaching, bad year, who cares? Like just have him actually be a friggin' guard. You know what I'm saying? Or even just a backup center. Goddamn. Like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. If you want his $5 million, that's what it say. If you want his $5 million, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, the last 4 guys we probably don't keep him more like anyway. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna come after him. Like, what? You got to pay $800,000. You want $2 million now? Putnam? Sorry.
Putnam. ERFA means that basically what an ERFA means is that if you just offer him the vet minimum, he has to take it. That's what it means. That's what an ERFA means. Is that if I just offer him the vet minimum, he has to take it, or he has to sit out the year. So that basically, if we just give him pennies, then we got to keep you. You basically can keep him on pennies if you want. So Charles Snowden, whether you love him or hate him, boom, he on the team next year. Will Putnam, love him or hate him, he on the team next year because it's not a question.
Yeah, Snowden did okay. He has a couple of games, so I'm not mad at him if you do keep him for
Blizzard.
For pennies on the million. So that's the list. So pretty much almost kept everybody.
Except for Zamir White.
That was a unanimous kick. Sorry, Zamir, but that's the way it bounces.
I think the thing is that all of our free agents, like Spytek, kind of knew. I think the team, even though like even Pete Carroll, he's an optimist, so he he wanted to win this year. Like they knew, hey, it's the first year. Like who the hell knows? So they didn't really throw a bag for just like a 1-year deal at guys. So like all these guys that we're talking about, we ain't really paying them much. Like scroll to the top. See how much it's like, okay, Malcolm Kuntz, you know what I'm saying, who we're kind of divided on like that. And he was in-house. He wasn't even really, we retained him. We drafted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no one that we've like brought in for like a bag that it's like, oh, like, should we keep him again or whatever? Like, it's like the guys that, you know, like beyond Malcolm Kuntz, it's less than $5 million. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, if a guy's getting paid less than $5 million, like, who cares either way? Like, I can hate a guy or love a guy, but if it's less than $5 million, like, it doesn't even really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't gonna, like, he's not gonna be the MVP type shit, you know? Like,
yeah, we was hoping he had that 2023 season. That's what I was hoping for. And maybe he's taking a little longer to bring that back because, you know, once a player has those serious injuries, sometimes on back of their mind. Yeah, they don't get to their first step or their initial takeoff in that good. He had a couple of good games, but maybe, you know, if nobody wants to pay him, I'm sure some teams going to try to get him. But if no one pay him, he can stay.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. And I would draft another edge rusher and bring some guys in, you know.
Yeah. Draft. That's what we need to build it. Just draft.
that's the way any good team turns it around, is you hit on your draft picks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's next year's. So I'm not going to go into that yet. But
that's going to be for a year from now.
Yes, next. That's
after we talk about firing our next head coach, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, what's a club? What does club mean? What that mean?
I think club means that we can. There's a player option. I think for Tyree Wilson, what that's talking about.
Oh, that's right.
Like he next year will be the 4th year of his contract, but we also have to decide if we want. Yeah, I think club just means like you can retain him if you want to offer him the 5th year option. Which actually, to be fair, Tyree Wilson would be fair because we have to decide at the end of the year if we want to give him this year, if you want to give him the 5th year option for, you know, 2 seasons from now. So that's the one guy that we can talk about is Tyree Wilson because we have to decide this offseason. Do we give him the 5th year option or do we not give him the 5th year option?
I say nay.
Yeah. And
looks next year he comes out of nowhere and blows up. Yeah, because you know guys play better on their final year of their contract. Because one thing they got to do, either they want to stay on this team, make more money, or they want to go to another team and get even more money. So usually guys in their final year of their contract play better. And I thought that was going to happen to the guys we signed this year, that they're going to play lights out because they're going to get 1 year. So they're going to have to hopefully somebody look at us and maybe he was good, maybe wasn't. So we'll see what Tyree's got to bring. He had a couple of good games, but he wasn't the guy we expect to be number 6 overall.
Yeah, 7th overall. Yeah, he hasn't lived up to that. So honestly, I kind of like not yet. Like, don't give him a 5th year option to light a fire under us. But like, hey, it's your contract year. What you got? You know. So I kind of like that.
I think how the Cody Myers. They say, "You gonna extend me or no?" So, well, trade me then, so I get paid. And I look at me, he's a playoff team. Anyway, guys, you know what, Morris? It's been great having you on the show, man. I'm retired. I don't know if Jason wants to stay on some more. I know got a little Myra that probably getting sleepy. Or is she not?
I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat dinner.
Yeah, me too. I made some Asian style fried chicken. I'm starving.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah. If it's still in there, I gotta make sure it's still there.
Put my plate in the freezer.
I still got that plate from last time, man. I think it turned to a tree now. I think it grew so big it's a tree now with all that mold on
it.
Sheesh. Yeah.
Man.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for coming in. Sorry.
Pass that shit.
Sound like you. Hey, thanks for joining us in Cover 3 show with our special guest, and hope he comes back again. Morris, got any last thoughts, last words?
No, it was good being back. It was good. I haven't been able to see Chewy, but it was good to have him on and stuff. Yeah, it's been damn near a year, so it was just good. Just giving it another run of just talking on the. On the shows and stuff. So no, I also appreciate you guys having me on. Appreciate to the audience, comment section being pretty receptive, and it's just good to finally be able to talk some Raider ball with people that aren't my dad or my friend Jonah. You know what I'm saying? So basically, so
I think
appreciate
I think I have you on IG. If not, to hit me up on IG. Then yeah, I don't mind you coming back at all.
Yeah, I got both y'all on IG. I think I got both y'all on IG.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely,
Jason,
man.
got any final thoughts?
Whew. Hopefully we score some points this weekend. You know, we know what it is. You know, I want to see some good football for this season is up.
Can it be competitive? Like, can we be competitive? You know?
That part.
Thank
Can
you.
we score
Thank you.
more than a field goal? Like more than one touchdown? The only game that surprised me, I forgot what game it was, but I thought it was over a long time ago. Like when they scored, and then we ended up scoring twice. Gino actually got us to score twice, and I think it went to overtime. It might have been the Bears game where we probably.
Oh,
No, you're thinking of Jacksonville. Jacksonville was the overtime.
Jacksonville's
Oh
overtime.
yeah, man, I was like, yeah, that's right, yeah, because when they scored, I was, oh yeah, it's curtains. And then yeah, Gino actually drove us down, and we scored twice. And then yeah, you know,
That was Jacksonville.
yeah.
But yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like I said, Sunday we were talking the Pilsner show. I didn't see the Raiders winning this game because the Eagles are one game above Dallas, and they want to make sure they stay above them. No, they don't want them catching them. I don't think Eagles going to lose that game, but I want to see a better competitive game. You know, the score would have been 31 to 20. That's a good, to me, that would have been decent. But not 31-0.
Even 31 to 12, at least I ain't embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, even 31 to 12, I'm losing by 19, but at least it ain't a blowout, like, or not a blowout, a shutout. Like, damn.
Yeah,
we got shut out twice this season. 31 to 0, the same exact score.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro, we just bums.
We can't let a team score 31 because when they get 31, we don't score.
Yeah. And it could have been worse. Like both times they took, the Chiefs took it easy on us, and they took their starters out. The Eagles took their starters out late in third. You know what I'm saying? So it was sad. Like that's the thing. Like, and people are worried about us winning. Oh no, we're not winning. Like if we win, it's because the other team laid down. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, this weekend Texas is not laying down because they fight for their playoff lives. So I expect to see Texas win this game. I don't know. I want Raiders to win, but I don't want them to win. You know what I mean? That must say let's keep that number 2 pick or get number 1 or whatever, and be the boss at the table, and not sit at the children's table.
Hey, it's win-win. If we win, then we win. If we lose, we win in the draft. It's win-win. It's win-win.
That's all right, guys. Like I said, Morris, thanks for coming on with us, and glad enjoyed you being here. As always, Jason, it was always a pleasure, man, talking with you, brother. Take care of my niece. And that's Raider Nation. Jason on top. Make sure you like, subscribe who are still in here. That's Morris. You don't have a channel yet. He just comes in, which I like too. And I'm Chris for Raiders. We're going to sign off tonight. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And for those, if we don't talk to you again, have a happy holidays. Be safe. Be careful because there's some idiots out there this time of year. Okay, with that, let's say go Raiders. And have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm in the spot where I want to be.